Okay, hey everybody. I have got the greatest guest with me right now. Let's all give a big Maximum Inc. radio music show welcome to it's Fee Waybill, lead singer and founder of the Tubes.
Oh, thank
Yay!
you. Thank you for
Hi,
having me.
Fee.
Hi, Terry.
How
Nice
you
to be here.
doing?
I'm doing great. I'm really doing great. Looking so forward to getting back out there and doing some live shows.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Oh, boy,
Yeah, it's been a long couple of years, hasn't it?
it really has.
Yes.
Really,
Well,
we thought back last October, we thought, oh, it's over. And, we went back out in October of last year and did a few shows back east. And then, the next variant hit, the Omicron, and then it all shut down again. And,
yeah. That
oh,
has got to
please.
be exhausting when you count on these shows and you want people there in body and person to be,
Yeah, yeah.
just enjoying it. So we know you've got Summerfest in Milwaukee coming up on July
Oh,
7th. Ooh, it gives
right.
me goosebumps to think about it, Fee.
And where are you? Are you in Wisconsin?
Yes, I'm in Madison and we're
Oh,
planning to
okay.
go to your show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Summerfest is what? Milwaukee. We're right around the corner. Sure.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
this radio program airs in Madison and in
Uh-huh.
Milwaukee. So it's
Oh,
perfect.
perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Let me ask you about the Tubes. Of course, you guys have been playing shows since the 70s. It's incredible when you think about it.
It is. Actually, 50, this year, 2022 is 50 years.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
We got together it wasn't 50 years from our first album. That'll be 2025, but we got together in 72 in San Francisco.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
50 years goes by really fast, doesn't it?
It really does. It
So
really does.
people coming to your Summerfest show or any shows that you guys are out doing this summer, what can they expect?
Well, I mean, we kind of, we tailor our show to what the situation is. If you're doing like a big festival like this, an outdoor show with all ages, we'll do one kind of a show. But if we're
Yes.
playing like on the 9th, 2 days later, we're playing the Park West in Chicago, which
Ooh.
is a club where they're serving alcohol. And we're figuring, most people are over 21, and we'll do a different show there. We'll do a little more costuming. We'll do a little more, what, Daisy? It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, is your puppy there?
Daisy, get up here. Come here. Let me show you.
Oh,
Daisy,
good. I love this.
Daisy, come here. Come here. Get up here. Come on.
Oh, Daisy. Okay, we're going to just stop the whole interview and enjoy Daisy for a moment. What a beautiful doggie. Oh.
Yeah, she's a golden lab. She's 5 years old.
Oh.
She's sitting here with me in my wife and I, Elizabeth, is an artist, and we converted our garage into an art room.
Oh.
And so I'm out in her art room. She's got all of her stuff out her, and she does pottery too. And we have our potter's wheel is up there. And
that's wonderful.
So yeah, we have a real nice little house, small little place in Los Angeles.
Oh, good for you.
It's beautiful today. It's a lovely day, about 75, and really nice. And
awesome.
Really nice. So I'm looking forward to, like I said, we'll do, I don't know yet. We'll probably maybe do an hour at the Summerfest. Usually they want you to maybe 75 minutes. So we're doing on most of the club shows, we're doing the Outside Inside album this time.
Yeah.
We're doing the whole album in order. And we did last year, before the pandemic, we did Completion Backward Principle.
Oh, wow.
We did that, and we ended up stopping, because after, I think the last show we did was January of 2020, and then it hit.
Yeah.
And then we're out of, here we are in June of 2022, and it's been 2 years of, no shows, pandemic. Oh, so it's going to be so great to get back out. And we'll do all of our hits, all of our greatest hits, and all of our favorites, and White Punks, and What Do You Want from Life, and She's a Beauty, and all those, don't want to wait anymore. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I love doing outdoor shows. It's great.
Yes. Oh, it just feels so good. Everybody's always so happy when they're outdoors, it seems.
Yeah.
How do you keep it fresh? Although that question may not even apply now after not playing for a little bit. You're probably going to get back out there and just be like, oh, I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. We are thrilled to be back on. And I've been driving my wife crazy because, I can't do gigs. And my whole life was doing gigs and being on the stage, and I live on the stage. It's where I kind of come alive, and I'm moping around the house going, oh, it's not going to happen. And, and she's going, come on, man, it's going to happen for sure.
Yes,
just
I'm with
positive.
her.
It's going to happen. And so, and we I think everybody in the band kind of feels the same way. They're all going crazy, not being able to play because we've just played for so long together. And, and also we don't burn ourselves out. We don't really want to get in a bus and do, 5 shows a week and sleep in the bus overnight. And no, I don't want to get back in the bus. So we do like this, the weekend of Summerfest, we're playing Thursday, Summerfest, Friday, Omaha, Saturday, Chicago, and then go home. So we play a 3-day weekend and we fly home. And then a couple of weeks later, we go back out and we do it again.
Oh,
and
that's perfect.
You don't get burned out. You don't get tired. You don't get, I don't end up losing my voice because I did 10 in a row, like in the old days. And I used to do, I looked at, my wife and I are working on a book, kind of a retrospective book of my life. And I looked at some of our old itineraries from back in the 80s. Yeah. And we did like 8, 10 in a row. It was unbelievable. And a few times I ended up, being lead singer, singing all the songs. I lost my voice. And I would get into a city, I would be hoarse, and I would look in the phone book and find an acupuncture. I'd go to acupuncture and they would stick the needle right into your throat, right into your one here and one right here, right into your vocal cords.
Oh dear.
And it was a miracle.
Really?
Every time I would lay there. Sometimes they would come and spin the needle. Sometimes they would hook low voltage electricity to it.
Oh my goodness.
And it would stimulate and it just took care of the inflammation. And I'd walk out of there singing like a bird and do another show. I can't tell you how many times it saved me.
That's
over
incredible.
Again. But now, 3 shows in a row. That's a cakewalk for me. I don't need acupuncture for 3 shows.
I'm glad to hear that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hey, I want to ask you, I saw something kind of funny about the name, The Tubes, and how it tied to television. What is that all about?
Well, we were originally, it started with, we were together and we were the Beans, and another band came out with a record named Beans, and we had to change our name. And so we said, okay, everybody come up with 10 names and we'll put them in a hat, and we couldn't decide. We'll pull out a name and that's going to be the name. And so uh, one of the guys, we had a dog also. We had a dog named Sandwich. It was a Ridgeback back then. And
Oh gosh.
I think it was Mike. I can't remember who it was, but they put mayonnaise on their little piece of paper with their name on it. And we were going to let Sandwich pick out the name.
Oh.
Picks, that's our name. And so he put mayonnaise on this piece of paper, and Sandwich picked out that piece of paper, of course. And the name he had was Tubes, Rods, and Bulbs. Tubes, rods, and bulbs. And they are different kinds of cells in the eyeball.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
And so we thought, well, you know, it can't be tubes, rods, and bulbs. First of all, it's a tongue twister.
It is.
And they'll end up, it will become TRB or something, you know. So let's just make it tubes. And then we started saying, well, how about the boob tubes? You know, television. How about the you know, fallopian tubes? No, that's no good. How about the laser tubes? How about so it is kind of a visual reference.
Yeah.
The tubes. And it's because from the beginning, we were always a very visual band. I was doing costumes, we had dancers, we had choreography, we had sets, and I still am doing costuming.
Yeah.
And doing a very visual type of presentation. And so it fits.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That's fun. You know, I also read something else about you going to college first for like oceanography or something, and then acting, you know, that of course made sense.
Yeah.
And then you quit and just kind of found your way, which I think is so cool. But with that acting background, was that part of what made you decide to bring the theatrics to the stage?
Yeah,
Really, we had
absolutely.
not seen something like that before.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I was in high school, I did musical comedies all the time.
Oh, I can see you doing
I
that.
was a drama major. For a while, I decided I didn't want to do comedy. I wanted to be real serious and do, you know, Chekhov and Ibsen and, you know, Macbeth and, you know, stuff like that. And that wasn't any fun. And so and I still do. I work at a theater, a summer stock theater near you in Michigan, in
No
Augusta,
kidding.
Michigan. Yeah, it's called the Barn Theater. It's a summer stock theater where they'll do 7 or 8 plays throughout the summer, and they have guest stars come in. And I've done Rocky Horror about 100 times there, being Frankenfurter, and I've done all kinds of other plays. I did Spamalot. I did the Monty Python play, which is the greatest thing.
Yes.
I played King Arthur, but I've always been kind of an actor. I always, even in school, I would. They used to have assemblies in grade school and college and high school, and I was always doing something weird, wearing a costume, and so when we got together, you know, that we in San Francisco back then, when we first got together in San Francisco, there was a million bands. There was bands everywhere, and we didn't, you know, we were trying to stand out. We were trying to be something different than all of these other bands. There were so many.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, let's do something. You know, the first thing I ever did was we did a cowboy song. I did Cowboy Fee, and I dressed up like a cowboy, and we played this song, El Paso by Marty Robbins.
Oh, wow.
And in the song, the guy gets shot.
Yes.
The cowboy gets shot. And so I would wear a white cowboy shirt, and underneath the shirt, I would tape a Ziploc bag of stage blood to my chest. And then when the guy got shot, I'd slap the bag, and the blood would spurt out.
Oh my gosh.
Over, and I would die on stage.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so great. And so you know, that kind of started it all. I said, oh, well, I'll do this. I'll do this character. I'll do that. I'll do Carmen Miranda with fruit on my head and then eat the fruit while I'm singing the song, you know. And so it just kind of, and then you know, we started doing parody stuff. I wanted to do a rock star guy, and I developed the Quaalude character.
Yes.
And you know, the game show host guy for What Do You Want from Life, and the bondage guy, and the punk Johnny Bugger, the parody of Johnny Rotten guy.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's kind of to just be somebody else, you know. It's kind of free. It's kind of a way to just let it all out and just be somebody else, you know. It's and yet, you know, I can sing a song with it about it, or while I'm doing it, and it's just, I mean, I don't know, it's just I'm in heaven when I do this. I'm in heaven. And I like our new show, our outside inside show. We're working on new characters and new costumes, and I'm going to be the magician guy, and the punk guy, and the bondage guy, and the master of ceremonies guy, and
You're gonna have
Quaalude.
costume changes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We have to kind of build in to the show, to the set. Build in spots where I can rush off and change. So there's like a long solo at the end of a song, guitar solo, I rush off and change. Or there's like an outside inside, there's a drum solo song, it's called Drums. Let There Be Drums. And so during Let There Be Drums, when Prairie's doing this big drum solo, I'm into the quick change room, changing into the next costume. And you know, that's you know, we used to do it to a much larger extent in the old days with dancers, and we had Kenny Ortega choreographing all of the movements. When we first started, we had 5 girl dancers and 3 men. We had 8 dancers and 7 guys in the band. Yeah. I mean, now it's, you know, with Lady Gaga and all these, I mean, everybody's, you know, got the idea, and they've got like 40 dancers. But
you were the original.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. We actually were. And so I still love it. I still love, you know, trying to figure out, we're doing it now. My wife and I are working on what are you going to wear for this? What are you going to wear for this? And looking for online, looking for costumes, or looking for, there's a vintage clothes store over in the valley here on Ventura Boulevard called Iguana. And at Iguana, they have all kinds of costumes and just the weirdest stuff you could ever imagine, you know. So I go there and just walk around and go, oh, wow, I want this. I think I want that. Okay. Yeah. So
this show is going to be stellar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And we've been rehearsing a lot, and actually I'm going to, the 13th month, we're going back up to San Francisco to rehearse on the 13th.
Excellent. And, looking forward to it, I can tell.
A lot of these songs on the Outside Inside album, which we're doing, we haven't played in a long time. A lot of them we haven't played. I mean, we played the hits, but a lot of the other album tracks we haven't played. So we have to go back and learn these songs from what, 30, 40 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, when did it come out? 83. So that's 39 years ago.
Oh, it's going to be so good. So good.
29 years ago.
Let me ask you, I mean, you really have done a little bit of everything. If you had to think about something that makes you really proud, what is that right now?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Or
Well,
maybe I can ask you, because you've done so many things, is there something still left you want to do?
ooh, well, I always, I want to do Broadway. That's what
Oh,
I want to do. I mean, I've been on the stage my whole life. I've
yes.
always wanted to do Broadway. And Elizabeth and I, my wife, uh, have been to New York City quite a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw, you know, Hamilton 3 times. We
Oh,
saw
it's
Dear Evan Hansen. We saw Network. We've seen a lot of plays,
yeah.
and I'm entranced when I sit in a little small theater seeing a play,
Yes.
and I really would love to do Broadway, and I still am holding out hope, that someday I'll be able to do that.
Oh,
And
that would be amazing, Fee.
yeah, I think so. I think it would
Oh,
be amazing, really amazing. And I'm proud of the fact that, I've done this for so many years and I've stayed in shape and my voice has really held up.
yeah.
And uh, I married my wife a second time just recently
Oh my gosh.
in July 11th, 2018.
Now
We
there's
got
a love story.
we got married for the second time. We got married the first time in 97 and then got divorced like 4 years later. And we were
Oh,
apart for a long time. And then we got back together and I'm really trying to be a good husband. It's really
oh.
hard. It's really hard, for like A-type egomaniac narcissist like me to be a really good husband and think about your wife all the time. And I
No.
try, but
Mhm.
sometimes I fail, and
All you
uh,
can do is try.
I get back on the horse and try it again. And
Yep. I always say love wins. In the end,
lovely.
love wins.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. That's
Wow. Okay, so we can keep up with you, I think, on all social media. I think I found you on almost everything. And
mhm,
again, Summerfest, the Tubes, July 7th.
right.
Anything you want to share before I let you go?
Uh, well, I just it's it's well, I'll tell you, years ago when I was a hippie, right?
Mhm.
When we first back in the 70s, we used to throw the I Ching all the time. You know what the I Ching is? The Chinese book of changes, where you have
Oh,
coins and you throw the coin. You ask a question
uh-huh.
and you think about the question and you throw the coins, and then you find the way the coins come out, whether they're heads, tails, whatever, will you make a little graph, and then you find that particular answer in the book, in the I Ching book.
Oh my
and
gosh.
and it's amazing. It's really amazing. And uh, uh, I still remember I did this when I was, gosh, 20 something. And my question was, what is my purpose on this planet?
Oh,
And I threw the coins and I thought about it and I thought about it. And it came up bringing joy to the small, which is like taming of the small, bringing joy one by one, purposefully. And so that I've kind of tried to live my life like that. And when I'm on the stage and I'm just writhing in the dopamine of singing, and
yeah,
it is
yeah.
very, I mean, dopamine, you produce that dopamine and it just gives you such a feeling of elation, or it does for me.
Yeah.
And
I think
I,
music does that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
and I look out to the front row and I see the eyes of these people watching, and I can see the joy, and I'm feeling giving the joy, and I'm feeling receiving the joy, and the whole thing it just comes together in this kind of celestial fantasy of joy. I don't know. but and I've been so fortunate to be able to do this for all these years.
Yep.
And so you can imagine when the pandemic hit, I'm thinking, oh my God, my whole purpose in this world is in the dumper here, because of this pandemic. And so I got really depressed.
Oh,
And my wife really helped me. And she said, no, you can't. You've got to stay positive. You've got to know that this is coming back and that
yes.
you're not done. Given joy, you're not done.
Nope.
So you've got to keep it together. And so I every day she helps me, and she reinforces me, and keeps me on that track of being positive, being a good husband, and making sure that I'm able and healthy and ready to do my job and to bring
Yes.
that joy.
And we
So,
need your joy. We need your joy more than ever.
yeah,
So
we do. We really do now. Oh my God.
these upcoming shows are going to be amazing.
I know they are real. They really are. And I can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't wait.
Oh,
Okay.
Fee, this has been such a joy for
Oh,
me to talk with you. I've been a fan for ages, and
thank you, Teri.
just getting this opportunity is really special.
Well, thank you very much. And thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. And we'll be looking for your joy in
Okay.
Milwaukee at Summerfest very, very soon.
I'll be
Thank you,
pouring it
Fee.
out there. I will. I'll be pouring it
I'm
out.
counting on you.
Okay.
All
Well, thanks
right.
for having me.
Thank you,
Okay.
Fee.
Bye-bye. See you there.
Oh my gosh.